Hi Stampin' Friends, I'm Karen Logeman from Stamping with KD, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very easy, fast, fun fold card. This is probably the easiest fun fold you're ever going to make. I've made some of these and shown them before, so I've had a lot of questions, so let me just show you what I use to make them. The card we're going to use today, the sentiment that I'm using is coming from Rooted in Nature, the You Are Wonderful sentiment. So let's get started. What you're going to need, your card base, this one I'm using Cajun Craze. You need a sheet that is 5.5 by 11, and you're going to score it at 5.5. So it's going to look like this. Then you're going to cut off 2 3/4 inches, and that's what we're going to flip around and is going to be the front of your card. You're also going to need some Whisper White cardstock. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 2.5 by 4 inches, and that's what we're going to layer our card with, and I've already got them stamped here. And this is going to be the front of our card. For your designer series paper, I used paper from the Gather It Together set. You're going to need 1 sheet that is cut at 2.5 by 4, and 1 sheet of designer series paper that is 4 by 5 1/4, and this is going to layer the inside of your card. One thing I want to show you, see how the white is showing around the edge of the paper here? I take my ink pad and just cover it so that it doesn't look white. For that I'm using rich raspberry, and I'm going to show you how to do that very easily. I just take it and run it around the edge there, and that covers up that white. Like that, giving it a more finished looking border. So let's start putting our card together. We are going to put the large piece on the inside. I'm just going to use liquid glue for that. Well, you can kind of slide it around to get it even. Then for this piece, I've stamped using the Colorful Seasons. I use these leaves here and the solid leaf in Rich Raspberry and Pumpkin Pie, just to stamp a little bit to add some extra to the inside of it. And you just want to line it up so that this covers it whenever it's closed. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And that way, whenever the card is closed, you can't see the inside of it there. Now for this piece, I wanted to add some ribbon to it, so I got a piece of our terracotta tile scalloped linen ribbon. I'm going to put glue dots on the back of it here. I thought it matched good on this, so I'm just going to add this to give a little bit to the front. Let me put a piece of tape on the back before I adhere it. And I just use Scotch tape for this. It's not going to show. I'm going to use some liquid glue and put it on the front. And then we'll start working on the front of the card. Just try to get it even with the rest of it there. And there you have the basic layout. Now let's start on the sentiment. So again, I used this sentiment stamped in Rich Raspberry from the Rooted in Nature. And then I used the leaves from the Colorful Seasons to randomly stamp around it in Pumpkin Pie, Rich Raspberry, and Crushed Curry. And I also, let me show you something first. in this card you can see how I splattered it with a little bit to give it some interest. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. I used the soft suede ink and just a little bit of water. Just squeeze it and you can get some in there, and just squirt a little bit of water on there. And then I just use a stiff brush. For this, it's just a stiff bristle brush, something so that you can splatter it. Just dip a little bit on there, and I take my fingernail and just do like that and splatter it, and it just gives a little bit more interest to it, I think. And it dries very quickly. I've also cut a leaf using the Gather Together set and dies. I use the large leaf, and this is on Grapefruit Grove, and I stamped it with the Cajun Craze ink. And while it was still wet, I took my water brush and easily just kind of moved that around a little bit. And then I went back with the Rich Razzleberry and used this stamp set to add a little bit to it. And then I tied some linen ribbon around it. And it still looked like it needed something to me, so I ran it through the subtle embossing folder just to give a little bit more texture to it. And let's just put that, let's go ahead and put this together first. So this is the piece that we've cut off. We're just going to adhere our sentiment to it. And I'm going to put that on the front of our card. Now you want to make sure that you don't overlap. Just kind of center it on here. That's straight, and then I'm going to take my leaf that I put some pot dots on. I'm just going to put that on here. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.